New Holland Brewing Company, Dragon's Milk, White by New Holland Brewing Company out of, well, Holland, Michigan. 6% alcohol. Let's give it a shot. Dragon's Milk is one of those beers I've been wanting to get to for a long time because I'm super excited to do that review. Just haven't gotten around to getting that beer yet, but this will have to do in the meantime. Dragon's Milk White. If you've ever had Dragon's Milk, you know it's probably a pretty good beer in your opinion. Wait till my review. Dragon's Milk White, I saw this. I grabbed it immediately. There was no hesitation. I thought, yep, that's going in my basket. I'm buying that, and I can't wait to try it. This one, if you've ever had Dragon's Milk, you know there's something special about that beer. This one is no different. I don't know what New Holland is doing, but this is a craft beer, hands down. There's something incredible about this beer. The flavors are just not only intoxicating, you're left confused as, what am I tasting? It's not bad, but you just keep wondering it over and over again. And I still haven't really pinpointed what exactly the flavor is that I'm tasting. Is it something more like a creme brulee? It's slightly vanilla, but it's slightly tart and it's slightly caramely. Can't figure it out, but it lingers. The definition of this beer is smooth, creamy, and legendary, and it really is. There's something extremely nice about this beer. It's a bourbon barrel-aged white stout. Never had a white stout before. This is the first time I'm having it. And I can honestly say that this is probably a good beer company to start on. If I'm going to start something new that I've never had before, this is it. This is the one. It's a heavy beer. The alcohol content's not as high as the original Dragon's Milk is, but there is something flavorful but yet kind of tart about it. There's something like a bite. There's some sort of bitterness. But there's something also really creamy about this beer too, just as it says. It's creamy. That's what the description of the beer says on the can. But there's also that one flavor characteristic that it's right there on the tip of my tongue. It's a very prominent flavor in this beer, and it's a really nice flavor in this beer. Again, it falls somewhere in this weird vanilla, caramel, creme brulee, but there's also a slight tang. I don't know if that justifies it or not, but it lingers, and you know you had it before, but you're not exactly sure what it is, where you had it, or what the name of it is. And I'm sure I could probably just go on their website and Google it, but I find this more fun, trying to figure it out on my own. This is a heavy beer. The alcohol content's not exactly high, but it is a different taste. I'm not going to say it's an acquired taste because I've never had this before until now, so I'm not sure, but even from my taste buds, I feel like this is something I don't know if everybody would appreciate right up front. Me, I really had high expectations for this beer because I've had the Dragon's Milk, the original Dragon's Milk before, and I absolutely love it. This one, again, I had the high expectations. I feel like they were met, but in a different way than I was expecting it to. My drinkability, I'd probably limit this to 2 or 3. Same with the Dragon's Milk. The flavor is so good, but the beer is so heavy, and it's such a strong, robust flavor that I feel like I have to limit it just enough to where I enjoy it and I don't overkill it. I feel like this is more of a cold month beer. I'm not exactly sure if I can really pinpoint why. It kind of just feels like that. I don't know if it's the creamy texture or the heaviness of the beer that would make you want this in the cold months rather than a hot month. But again, I'm not exactly sure why. I can't pinpoint why. Yeah, I consider this a cold month beer. On a scale of 1 to 10, though, I'm going to give this an 8. This is a different beer. I've never had a white stout before. It's a completely different flavor characteristic. It's a completely different body. The texture is actually pretty phenomenal. It's just different all around than what I'm used to, and I think this set the standard and the bar for the next white stout if I ever have another one. So if you're looking for something different, if you've never had a white stout, I really like New Holland Brewing Company, especially their Dragon's Milk. This is their Dragon's Milk White. Sure, if you see it on a shelf or if you see it at your local bar room or your local pub, please give it a shot. So again, that's New Holland Brewing Company Dragon's Milk White, 6% alcohol.